My favorite part of getting ready is when 30 seconds after finishing my makeup, I have to blow my nose and wipe off all this makeup. What's your favorite part of getting ready? Here's a trip down memory lane from a real 90s kid. Do you guys remember Baskin Robbins when they had those like coffee blasts, like that were all like granulated ice and like coffee? Jamocha Blast or something? I don't know, but I know that my cool city cousins who played soccer on summer leagues before they existed for country kids, like I would get to go to their practices and they would stop at Baskin Robbins and I would get a Jamocha Blast, I think is what they were called, every single time I got to. I think the same summer that I was obsessed with the Jamocha Blast, we went to Pizza Hut after we watched Casper in the theaters with Devon Sawa and Christina Ricci. Yes, and then we got some kind of toy at that Pizza Hut that was like a puppet, like some sort of like silicone puppet version of the different ghosts that were in the movie. Being a 90s kid was so choice. Okay, my cutie pie babies, I shopped till I almost dropped. I am starving, so I am going back to the apartment to get that strawberry chicken balsamic wrap that I got groceries for. That was the main meal prep I had in mind for it. And I am then, if I'm still hungry, I'm gonna go ahead and make a smoothie out of all the, what do I want to say? What is the word? Out of the extra spinach and strawberries so that they don't go bad. And I get all the nutrition I paid for. Yes, ma'am. Okay? Yeah, I want it all. I want it all. Want my money's worth. Show me that money. Give me my money. Anyway, so went to Kohl's. I truthfully almost never go to Kohl's. Like, it's maybe been a couple years since I went to Kohl's. And to be fair, when I went in and just shopped just now, I know why. I know why I don't normally go to Kohl's, because baby doll, their prices are higher and their sales aren't amazing. Okay, they're not amazing. What am I basing that on? Okay, so I remember, okay, I'm talking to my older ladies here, not you youngins. I'm sorry, but you can listen and you can kind of, you know, think about how things go. So back in the days when I was a young mother, I had 2 little ones. I could go to Kmart and girl, I could just sweep up the deals. I could sweep up the deals, you know, like last minute trip to go visit my aunt and uncle in Knoxville. Sweep in there, get me a swimsuit for $5 on the clearance rack, you know, like whatever, outfits, shirts for about $5, you know, which even back then was a good deal. Then I started noticing, because after that happened a couple times, I mean, Kmart became my go-to. I was a Kmart girly. And they had great stuff. They had good bedding, good home decor, good clothes. That's in my opinion. You know, I love me some Jaclyn Smith, and I think Martha Stewart actually had a line at Kmart for a while. But anyway, I digress. So I noticed their sales started getting less good. And then before long, they went bankrupt. And now there's no more Kmarts. And so I'm wondering if there's some bad luck with the not having good sales, or the, you know, starting with the letter K, that just like is the kiss of death for, you know, little retailers like that. But I don't know. I hope not. Good luck, Kohl's. I know they've got Kohl's Cash. I do not have a Kohl's card. My fiance's grandma sometimes, because I come up to the city to be with him like half of every week, she'll give me her Kohl's Cash if she's not going to be anywhere that there is a Kohl's before it expires. And I used it, like I said, once a couple years ago. I got a pillow that had Nikki and Minnie kissing on it a while back. And you know, with the Kohl's Cash, it was a good deal. But without Kohl's Cash, nothing really seems like that good of a deal. Sorry, not sorry, okay? I gotta watch my dollars too, Kohl's. But anyway, there was one thing, well, there's 2 things that I almost bought. And one was, they had a wreath hanger that was on sale. And you'll see it. It was gonna be like $6 and something, and which still, I remember the days. And this is what stinks as you get older, young girls listening, or you know, older women. Can you feel me? Whoop. You can remember when you could have bought it for 99 cents. Well, and once you've lived, you know, a long time, like, you do have to factor for inflation. But anyway, so I remember getting those wreath hangers for like $1 or 99 cents or something. And now, like, I went to Walmart and it was over $3, I want to say, for just the basic, not even cute one. And this one was cute, I'm going to say, at Kmart. It was brass, which in my little, you know, outdated, but I love it, country cottage in my small town that I live in. It's got those old style brass toned fixtures, you know, like the light fixtures, the, you know, just whatever could be brass toned is brass toned, basically. So, Linda Vodder, I don't know if y'all are familiar with her YouTube channel, but she is a peach. Like, she is just the cutest older woman. If you're about my age, girl, get you her for a mentor. Be like, okay, Linda Vodder, I want you. So, she is my mentor. Of course, I mean, I'm still a hot mess, but I pick up some little tidbits, some little gold nuggets off of these, you know, beautiful, smart, knowledgeable, and wise women that I happen to find on YouTube. And she said something that changed my life. You never know when you're going to say something that changes somebody's life, okay? That's why just say whatever you want to say, because it could be something someone needs to hear. I needed to hear this. So she's a thrift shopper too. I'm telling you, she's a peach, a peach. So while she was thrift shopping, she said, I always look for things that have the same finish as the stuff in my home. And coming from someone who is on a, you know, a pretty tight budget, you know, it's like a $0 budget, you know, that I go over. But anyway, she said that makes the decor choices that you make look, you know, like considered and coordinated, you know, like I'm vintage on purpose, not because I can't afford to upgrade everything I own. And, you know, I loved that. Now, when it comes to my own personal, like, dressing, or if I see something that's just like, oh my gosh, this is so perfect, so me, so dopamine, like, I just, it sparks joy, okay? Thank you to Marie Kondo, because of her, we all know about sparking joy. And, you know, for the things that don't, that you just have to have, you know, if you can make it look like, oh, I'm meant to have brass in my house. Thank you very much. See? I don't know. Sometimes that sparks joy to me, is to make my house look like, you know, I thought about it. I meant to do it. I meant to. Yeah, sometimes that sparks joy. Is to look like you have your ish together. And you know, when it feels like so rarely, then it's like it's a big boost. Anyway, so yeah, I saw a brass wreath holder. That's what that 25-minute tirade was about. And I liked it. And I wanted it even though it was $6. But this is so smart. So if you guys are trying to save money, this is so freaking smart, okay? I didn't bring my wallet in. If I had brought my wallet in, I would have definitely bought it, okay? I would have bought it. No questions asked. I would have bought it. I would have come home and I'd been like, every once in a while I've been like, girl, it was $6. Is it worth $6? And like, I thought about it even all through the store. Like, I should go out to my car and actually get my wallet and then come back in here and buy it. But by the time I was done shopping, I was so hungry. I was just like done. And so I didn't buy it. And now I'm not sad. And the reason I'm not sad is because whenever I get serious about decorating my little country cottage, if I end up buying it from my parents, I'm gonna make it totally the way I want to. Like, I'm not going to scrimp and save forever. Know what I'm saying? So at that point, that $6 wreath hanger will become obsolete. And I'm fine. Like, I don't have company over. I'm not fancy. No one expects me to perform in that way. So I'm good. I'm glad I didn't buy it. 2 more things I want to say real quick. So I am waiting for tax-free weekend in order to get my 5 kids back to school things. Yes, I know that some products might not be there that they want. In the meantime, if they find something and they want it and it doesn't look like there's enough stock to maybe last, I will go ahead and buy it. It's fine. And I'm not gonna stress about it unless I see it on tax-free day. Then I will. But that probably won't happen. Otherwise, I'm waiting till then. So I wanted to do that Kohl's run through, and I hope that it's helpful for you. I like the girly things. I didn't do so good on the boy stuff because it's just not my bag. I'm gonna blog about what I like, okay? But anyway, even though I have 4 boys and 1 girl. But anyway, they're fine. They're fine. They just have to be the ones that find their stuff. Whereas for my girl, I show her everything and I'm like, look at this, oh, look at this, look at this. And she's like, no, 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 no. And then gets something totally different. Yay! If you're not a mother yet, you'll find out. Anyway, so yeah, so I put some stuff in there so you can watch it with your little girl whatevs. And also, there was some Halloween. I'm really excited for Halloween. Oh my gosh, until it's Christmas, then I'm really excited for Christmas. I mean, it's just like, I love all the holidays. But anyway, I showed you everything I found that was Halloween at Kohl's, and I hope you love, love, love it. I'm gonna make myself lunch. We're gonna get back on the road, and we're gonna see what else we can find today. I love you. Mwah.